right, so today we're looking at two 1165Vs. Now, we're going to give you a good in-depth overview of these things, but if we miss anything, leave us a question in the comments below and we'll give you guys an answer on that. So as far as a vertical machine, pretty obvious, but the cylinder's right up top, right in front of the operator. This here is rated for 7.5 tons and it's a 20-inch stroke. And it'll do that 20-inch stroke in about 3.5 seconds on a gas-powered machine. Electric's slightly slower, which you'll see right after we get this thing fired up. And so as far as the bed of the machine goes, we got the standard bed is 28 inches by 18 inches, and the bed height from the ground is 32 inches, so it's a real comfortable working height as well. And so as far as operation, the main valve is right in front of the operator. It's super simple to get your hand on. This is an auto return valve, so the second you release this, it will spring back and the knife will come up. And one thing that we've already done is these machines can have an optional log lifter. This one, you can see this is the log lifter hose, but all the machines will automatically come plumbed with the fitting here, so that if you were going to order a lifter later, you just hook the hose up and plumb it down below and you're ready to go. And as far as the slider goes, the whole thing is zinc coated. It's a good durable coating. We're running UHMW slide pads inside, so that's the same slide pad we use in our two-way log splitters, and that can get replaced after 8 or 10 years of use. It'll last a good long time. And our knockoff plate here is just a 5/16 plate ring that's bolted to the face of our cylinder. So that'll prevent any wood coming up into the operator's handle or the valve over here, and it's a simple way to keep things good and safe. And as far as the reservoir goes, it's integrated into the frame, holds a little over 17 liters of oil. We have two big ports on the top so you can remove both and fill it super quick if you want to do so. We have a sight glass on the side here, which is super easy to see. This is for cold fill level, or you're going to want to check the oil when it's cold. As the oil heats up, it'll rise in the tube, so that's important to keep in mind. We have two ports in the bottom. One is a drain, and one is going to our oil filter base, which is heading off to the pump. Now, for the drain, you can take the hitch out of it, put a big 5-gallon pail there, and drain into a 5-gallon pail, which is super quick and easy as well. And on this machine here, oil filter is obviously filtering before it goes to the pump. Now this oil filter is a very standard filter. We're not doing anything special here, and you could find that at any auto parts or hardware store that carries hydraulic components. So super simple to replace that when maintenance is due. Now as far as the hitch goes, this will come standard with a 2-inch ball coupler on an extendable / retractable hitch. There will be an option for a caster wheel version of this as well. So if you're just going to pull around a barn or maybe a gravel parking lot, the caster option would be a better way to go. But this works very well for towing it at slower speeds behind an ATV or a lawn tractor of that sort. And then also we have two little stands here that can be flipped up out of the way if you're going to tow it over rougher surfaces with your ATV or garden tractor. So if you're going to be towing it to the neighbors or out to the woodlot or something like that, you can flip these up. They're real easy, and you don't got to worry about digging some trenches with your legs on the back of this machine. And as far as the tires go, these tires are what comes standard with the machine. These are not a wheelbarrow tire. This is a taper roller bearing. So this is a good, decent tire. And if you want an upgrade, we have a 4-bolt heavy-duty hub tire that uses a similar bearing, but it's got 4 lug nuts on it, so you can take it on and off with ease if you, let's say, get a nail in a tire down the road. Now we have 3 power options for this machine. The Loncin, which is a really decent engine, is the standard engine that comes with it. We have the Honda GX upgrade. This is a GX200, which is a great engine as well. And then we also have the electric motor, which is 115 volt, 15 amp. And keep in mind, the gas-powered options run it at about 3.5 second cycle time, whereas the electric will slow it down. It has a bit of a smaller pump on it, and that'll bring it to about 6.5 second cycle time. Another great option to add to the machine would be a log table. Now these are 18 inches wide by 16 inches long, and you can add these to either side of the machine or both sides if you want to add 1 or 2. It really depends, but it's a very simple option, and extends and retracts super easy as well. Now typically machines this small do not have a log lifter option, but we thought it was a cool option to add. This is hydraulically actuated. It will lift 150 pounds. We got a handle down here, which is you go up, and in conjunction with the main handle, it will lift the table up, and then down will drop the table, the lifter back down to the ground. Now, There is an operation stage, but there's also a storage stage too. So if you're going to be towing it to the neighbors or maybe for storage in the barn, you can go ahead, unhook the cylinder and flip it up. It's a, 35-second job, and it nicely stows away in a very, very easy way. So yeah, it's a really cool option. When it's in the operation stage, it adds 30 inches of length, so you get a ton of workspace as well as the lifting capacity too. So it's a really interesting thing to have as well, but a great option. And every machine has an owner's manual canister nicely tucked away inside the frame here. So once you get a machine, it'll have the Honda manual and the actual manual for the log splitter itself tucked away in this canister. And the last option we're going to talk about are the stroke limiters. So this machine here has a 20-inch stroke as standard. If you are splitting, let's say you're splitting kindling at 14 inches or 12 inches, we are offering stroke limiters for it too, and they can be simply taken off on and off with a 9/16 wrench. So a very easy piece to put on, and that will limit the stroke to 16, 14, or 12 inches depending on what you're looking for and what stroke limiter you want. So we've had a slew of questions about a foot pedal already, and we've looked into it. We already have something designed, but we're not sure how soon we're going to release it. We have other alternatives to a foot pedal that might be better and might be a lot safer as well. So if we do offer that option in the future, it will work on all the existing models we've sold, but I can assure you we are working on something. We just want to be as safe as possible, because on a machine like this, safety is one of the most important factors beyond having a good machine that's going to last a long time as well. We're going to split some elm, a little bit of a tougher stuff. We got some sycamore, not super popular around here, but it should split fairly nice. I'll throw some in this carryall here to get it stacked out back, but it should work pretty good. Gotta love elm. So for an electric option, the 115 volt works really good. Not the quickest around, but if you don't have a ton to split, you want zero maintenance, the electric's definitely the way to go. All right, let's speed the process up, get the gas-powered machine on the go. let's throw on a stroke limiter. This here is only a 4-inch, so going down to 16 inches, which is a fairly common split size for some people. And there we go. That's all it takes. All right, there we have the Splitfire 1165. You know, as a super productive machine, it's not the biggest and baddest machine by no means, but for what they are, they're an amazing little machine. So head to split-fire.com. There's a build and price there where you can look at the options, pricing. You know, if you have questions, you can give us a call at the office too. We're more than happy to talk to people. And if you like this video, give us a big thumbs up. Subscribe always helps. Leave your comments below and have a good rest of your day.